Hey guys, it's Fleetwood here, and I'm back with another video. And I'm uh, I wanted to show you this lineup that I found, and this lineup is pretty OP. I've floored it a couple times now, and basically it's a perimeter-centric system. I'm using the Amethyst Dwayne Casey, and as you can see, the defense and rebounding stats not maybe not the best. So if if that's your style of game, this may not be the system for you. But for people who like to basically get a lot of shots that are either high percentage or uh, high output, then this is definitely a really OP lineup. If you have a lot of skill playing with ball handlers and post-up players, I really think that this lineup is something you guys should look into. So I've started here with Michael Jordan at my point guard, um, and um, so Michael Jordan is a slashing shot creator in this system, and basically he's just like he's going to be your main ISO guy. The whole purpose of doing a squad like this is to reduce the number of turnovers that you're going to get, and then also kind of bait the other team or like your opponent into turning the ball over quite a bit, and then because you have all these shot creators in your lineup, basically what you're doing is you're getting shots in transition. So you're not going all the way to the basket, but you're just finding some open space anywhere on the court, and you're just opening fire. Um, Now, the key thing is knowing your personnel, knowing what kind of player they are, what kind of shot creator they are. So, like I said, Michael Jordan's slashing shot creator. He's not a really he's not a great three-point shooter. He'll be able to hit them. Definitely, he'll be able to hit them when he's hot. He'll like more often when he's hot, and then he'll also hit more often when it's like late in the game, usually the fourth quarter, because he's got that clutch performer badge. So um, he's uh, he's definitely more of like a mid-range and in character. He's got really good ball handling, so he can take ankles. And basically, the reason I'm doing this kind of like the reason you do this kind of lineup is to sort of take advantage of the shot creator takeover badge. And when you're putting all these guys into a perimeter-centric system, such as Dwayne Casey, um, almost all these guys become shot creators. So Michael Jordan is a slashing shot creator. We have Danny Granger. Danny Granger's widely considered one of the best shooters in the game. And he's a sharpshooting shot creator. You have Kawhi Leonard, who is a shot creating lockdown or two-way shot creator. I don't know which one comes first on this card, but he's really a really great pickup for anybody who is considering a small forward or a shooting guard, and they don't know who to fill into that role. This card, I love this card. He's not a really great three-point shooter, but this is the thing about this card is that he is extremely efficient. He'll play defense, and he'll just destroy smaller dudes inside in the paint. He's got really crazy driving and contact dunks, so he's quite capable of taking advantage of smaller matchups and matchups that are unfavorable in size. Um, we have AK-47 in this system. He is a sharpshooting shot creator, and he's our power forward. He's basically a power forward who plays like a guard. In fact, Andrei Kirilenko and Danny Granger are very similar cards. I feel like Andrei Kirilenko is more of a defense-first version of Danny Granger. But yeah, as far as their shot is pretty much the same. They both have a base 11 release, which means that it's quick trigger. It's extremely hot. It's really cheesy as well. So these these two cards are very similar. Definitely, if you haven't worked your way up to this Andrei Kirilenko yet, I suggest you do so. And then at the center, I got Ralph Sampson. He's just I just really wanted a big body who can switch onto perimeter players, but also grab quite a bit of rebounds and be able to finish inside as well. So Ralph Sampson fits that bill. He's 7'4". He's a great jump ball winner, and he does what I want him to do in this starting lineup. Really, I'm not running no offense through Ralph Sampson. My offense is being run through all these four guys here in this starting lineup. But I do make switches and adjustments from like throughout the game. Yeah, and then we'll move down to our bench. We got Tim Duncan, and he's I've already stated this, but if you haven't picked up Tim Duncan yet, and you're working up to your first pink diamond reward, definitely get this card, because Tim Duncan is an irreplaceable defender. And what I usually do is I have Timmy on the bench, because what I do is I try to start the game offensively and try to sort of build up a cushion, build up a lead in the first half, and then in the second half they'll get a steady stream of Tim Duncan, and it'll be really, really tough for them to come back with a card like this on the floor. Then I have Scottie Pippen. He's a great defender. He's also a great shooter. So he basically extremely versatile. He can pull from the mid-range, so he's also got that shot creating ability. And he's got really great athleticism, and I mean, primarily you got him here for your defense, but his offense is also very, very good. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar I've put in here because if you are in need of post-up center, there is no one really better than Kareem in that role. There is also, some situations where you'll find that you can really, really abuse a size mismatch at center, because a lot of guys will run like Ben Wallace, or somebody much smaller at center sometimes. Even like Marc Gasol, Kareem can sometimes take advantage of a Marc Gasol as well. And then next on the list we have Kobe Bryant, the Diamond Kobe Bryant, and in this system he is a slashing shot creator as well. So he's great from the mid-range, great inside. His perimeter defense is excellent. He steals the ball very well. He's got great lateral quickness. And yeah, what can you say? It's Kobe. I mean, Kobe is Kobe, and we all know Kobe's great. Yep, and then next up we have this Diamond Paul George, the blue shirt moments, and he's basically a sharpshooting shot creator with in this version here and in the system. His three-point scoring is A+, his mid-range scoring is A+. He does not have the hottest of releases in this game. He's a little slow in that regard, but as far as his stats go, it's really hard to beat this card. And then next we have Nikola Jokic, and he's basically a center who has floor general, so he's a passing center. And I have the Diamond Moments version, and he also has A+ three-point scoring, so he can stretch out the floor in case you need a little more of that in terms of, you're running Tim Duncan at your power forward. You may want to space the floor a little more with the center, so Nikola Jokic will be able to give you that look. And then next we have the reward Paul Pierce, the pink diamond reward Paul Pierce, and you could use the diamond in this position here as well if you don't have the reward yet. But yeah, Paul Pierce is a sharp shooting shot creator, so he will also get those cheesy shot creator badges, and he'll also get the cheesy sharpshooter badges, which allows him to shoot from deep a lot better, basically. And this is also a card who has Hall of Fame deep range Deadeye, as well as Hall of Fame catch and shoot. So this guy is extremely, extremely deadly as far as shooting goes. His release not the hottest, but you know what? With the stats that he's got, with the shooting stats that he's got, and especially the contested shooting stats that he's got, those things, and as well as the badges, the deep range Deadeye badges and the mid range Deadeye badge on Hall of Fame, I mean, this guy is just really tough to stop, even if his release isn't that hot. And then last we have Bernard King, and Bernard King is a reward card that you get from completing the second overall domination. Um, and I suggest you do that to get this card. This card is a really strong reward card. As far as the diamond rewards go, I think he's the best. He has floor general and defensive anchor built in. He's also a slashing shot creator. His mid-range scoring is elite, like pretty much any shot creator. And he's also very decent defensively, especially if you put some shoes on him that increase lateral quickness, and I do suggest you do, because it makes this guy really, really good. He also has decent strength, decent post defense for small forward, as well as decent rebounding for a small forward as well. That athleticism A plus, really can't replace a card like this. I mean, at some point, maybe he will get replaced, but at this point, I think he fits this lineup very nicely because other than AK-47 and Nikola Jokic, he's the only player with the floor general badge in this entire lineup. So what I tend to do is, if I'm taking AK out and say I'm putting Timmy in, then I make sure that I either have Bernard or Jokic coming in as well, just to provide that floor general. The defensive anchor you really don't need to worry about. Defensive anchor comes on Bernard as well as AK-47. Kawhi Leonard has it. Michael Jordan has it. A lot of the bigs have it as well, so Ralph Sampson will have it, and then Tim Duncan, Scottie Pippen, Kareem also has it, and Kobe also has it. Paul George doesn't have floor general or defensive anchor, and neither does Paul Pierce, but those are the only two guys without either one of those badges on the bench, and then Granger's the only one in the starting lineup that does not have those badges. So, but those players are really good shooters, and they're also key shot creators as well. So this is basically my lineup here. I really hope you guys take a look at some of these cards if you're interested in perimeter centric. The minutes, I really don't worry about how many minutes do you give to who, because for me, I don't have automatic substitutions on. I never have automatic timeouts or substitutions on. So in game, I'm always making the shots as far as when I call timeouts and when I'm subbing in and out players, and I suggest y'all do that as well, because sometimes you're going to need to make adjustments that you weren't really expecting to make. So like for instance, just knowing what a good solid all around defensive scheme is so you'd go to your defensive settings, and then you'd make sure that you put on ball defense on tight, you put off ball defense on tight. As far as off ball screens go, you put switch all, and then you put under drive, you put no help, and then on ball screen, you put no help as well. So that's generally a good way of stopping 4 out for the most part, 4 out 5 out squads for the most part. A lot of people use that defensive scheme, and this is the kind of squad here that will really take advantage of people who are running that kind of scheme, because in a lot of these cases, a lot of these guys are going to be able to post up their guy, and then they're going to be able to take advantage of them, or they'll be able to take advantage of them playing up so tight on them that they'll be able to just either slash into the rim or slash into the mid-range, where they can pull up for a mid-range jumper, and that's why you have a lot of shot creators here. Yeah, and then the other thing you can do is use one of your post-up bigs. So Tim Duncan, Kareem, and even Jokic can post up as well, and Ralph can do a little bit as well, and kick it out to shooters, because shot creators are also really decent three-point shooters, and maybe they don't have the craziest three-point scoring stats, but I mean, if you look over to our coaching stats here, we got 81 three-point scoring, which is in the green, and it's really, really decent. It's really, really good. And let me tell you, like, uh, it's really tough to get away with 5-out squads, 4-out squads, and just shoot threes against guys because those defensive settings that I just mentioned to you, like a lot of people use those settings. So one of the things you want to have in your game is nuance. You want to have different ways of being effective and scoring the ball. So there's, like I said, if you're doing 5-out all the time, I mean, you're gonna have to go up against that type of defensive scheme at some point, and you're probably gonna lose unless you can make an adjustment of your own. And to me, I think it's better to attack different areas of the floor before you start attacking the three-point line. I think that you shoot the three when they start sagging off, and they start, like, if they think that you're going to go in all the time, then they're going to start sagging off a little, and they're going to start like cushioning you at the three-point line. That's when you start shooting your threes. You have to shoot them to show them, to burn them for basically disrespecting your range, and that's what it comes down to. Is that, like, if they see you only taking twos in the first half, they might start disrespecting your range. They may think, oh, this guy doesn't shoot threes, but that might be further from the truth than you think, because if you're a shot creator, you know, being a shot creator makes it easy to shoot threes. Shooting threes is like just shooting like a catch and shoot jumper is very, very easy. So I suggest all you guys, you know, if you're serious about being competitive, pick up some shot creators and play around with them and learn how to use them, because they can shoot threes, but they're not gonna, like, you know, kill you, because they're just gonna shoot contested threes all day and miss half of them, miss like more than what they needed to make, and lose you the game. So that's why I'm saying, make sure that you know how to play, and make sure you know how to, like, make a versatile offense, basically. Create different ways of being successful offensively. So, like, for me, I do everything. I can, you know, I can drive, I can shot create, I can shoot threes, I can hit layups, I can hit floaters, I can post, I can use the high post, I can use the low post. Really doesn't matter. I'll use it all, right? So that's why for me, like, I like to have guys with a lot of variety in their skill set, and that's what shot creators basically are. They can do pretty much everything offensively, but their main strength is obviously the mid-range game, and that's what I generally try to take advantage of the most when I'm playing other people, is that mid-range area, because it's so wide open this year. Like, the defense is all set up to stop threes and to stop the paint, but that mid-range is wide open, guys. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope this helps you with your MyTeam playing and winning, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.